This video will go through some of the advanced features that you have available when setting up a meeting in Zoom. I'm going to go through how to set up recurring meetings and using the registration feature. I'll also provide you with an overview of all the options presented. Recently, Zoom implemented additional security features on meetings, which include the use of meeting passwords and waiting rooms on all free Zoom accounts. If you have a paid account, the account administrator has control over whether to enforce this feature or not. Today we're going through our paid account features, so if you are on the free account, you may find some of these features are locked or not available to you. First, let's look at Zoom registrations. This is where you configure a form for your guests to sign up or register to attend a meeting. This is particularly useful if you're wanting to invite people from outside your team, organisation, or the general public. Log into your Zoom account in a browser window. We are going to schedule a new meeting using the blue button here. Give your meeting a relevant topic name, so when the meeting is saved into people's calendars, they know what it is for. Add a description of your meeting. If it is a recurring meeting, you may want to put in a standard agenda template. Complete the date, time, duration, and time zone details. The time zone is particularly important if you are dealing with people interstate or globally. By setting this, Zoom will be able to accurately tell the user the date and time in their home location. If it is a recurring meeting, click on the recurring box. While this isn't strictly necessary, it is useful for scheduling purposes. The reason why it's not necessary is if you're running the meeting for a small team that knows it is regular, you can use the one meeting link multiple times regardless of whether this box is checked or not. However, by checking the box, you can set the recurrence details and enter an end date. Then when the meeting invite is sent out, the attendee has the option of adding it to their calendar, which will add in the recurring appointments if applicable. It also means that Zoom can track this meeting for you to avoid double booking, and will send you reminders through the Zoom client. Check the registration box and select an option for your attendees. Enter a meeting password or stick with the generated one. Alter the video options if required. With the audio options, I recommend allowing both from an accessibility point of view. Free accounts presently only have the option of computer audio. If required, you can alter the dial-in options that are provided to attendees. This is useful if you know you have a global audience and you can put in the countries that you most commonly deal with. With the meeting options, I tend to not allow join before host as I prefer to use the waiting room, and those two options don't work together. Think of waiting rooms like what you would find in a doctor's surgery. You cannot enter the meeting room until you've been called. This will give you some added security of your meeting so you don't have gate crashes. If you're expecting large numbers of attendees, it is recommended to select mute upon entry to avoid excessive noise or feedback from participants' microphones. The only authenticated users can join is a Zoom security feature. It means those that are joining the meeting must have a Zoom account and be logged in to join. You can pre-assign breakout rooms. This is better configured once you have attendees registered, or you know your attendees ahead of time, i.e. employee groups. Breakout rooms can be randomly assigned during the meeting, and I'll go through this in another video. You can set the meeting to record automatically. From a privacy perspective, I would not recommend this. I work in an industry where you need to inform your participants that they will be recorded, so for me, this is better completed as part of the welcome to your participants, and I will cover this feature off then. This additional data center regions is for if you are expecting attendees from China or Hong Kong. Select these if required. You can also set alternative hosts for your meetings. These are people that can start your meeting in your absence. Ensure that you use their registered Zoom email address in this field, then press save. Note, you can go back and make changes to the meeting, so if you forget something, don't stress. As we have set this meeting up with the registration options, I'm going to go through some changes you can make to the registration process. At the bottom of this meeting page, you can find a section called Registration Options. Click on the edit link alongside this section. Here, you can customize the registration. Select if you'd like the approval process to be automatic or manual. If your event is open to everyone or sent to only a small number of people, you can select automatic to make the process easier. The manual option means you'll have to go in and approve the attendee registration. This might be useful if you're wanting to have local area events and you don't want others outside the area registering. Choose if you want people to be able to share that they are attending your session with others on social media. For those dealing with the public, this can be a useful tool to get word-of-mouth referrals for your event. On the Questions tab, you can customize the fields that you would like to appear in the registration form. It automatically collects first name and email address. All these other fields are optional and you can select what is relevant to your event. On the Custom Questions tab, you can add a custom question that you may want to ask your attendees. For our upcoming event, we asked what you wanted to know about Zoom. Click Save All once you have finished. You also have the option to customize the email that gets sent to attendees. You can alter the email address to contact for questions, particularly useful if you might be using a shared Zoom account or if your registered account is different to your public email. You can customize the confirmation email using the Edit button and add additional information to the standard information that Zoom provides. If you have branded banners or logos, you can also add these on the branding page. Thank you for listening. Please check out my other videos for more great Zoom tips.